What if I told you that your death has already happened? Not eventually, not someday, right now. Sitting there, watching this, your final breath already exists. Fixed, real as the screen in front of you. Most people believe time flows, past disappears, future hasn't happened yet, present is all that's real. That belief is not a little wrong, it's fundamentally wrong. Here's what nobody tells you. According to Einstein's relativity, tested, proven, used in your phone's GPS this very second, there is no universal now. What's happening right now on a planet 40 light years away depends on whether you're walking left or right. Walk left, aliens there are eating breakfast. Walk right, they've already started a war. Same moment for you, different realities for them. Both equally real. Wild. You've experienced this without knowing. Every time light from a distant star hits your eye, you're seeing the past. But someone else, moving differently, sees that same star's future. And that future is already there. Waiting. This isn't philosophy. This isn't metaphor. The universe keeps strict books. And those books say your tomorrow is as real as your yesterday. Let me show you. Do something right now. Grab your phone. Turn on the flashlight. Shine it at the wall. Simple. That beam left your phone. Traveled through air. Hit the wall. Done. But here's the part that broke physics. That light traveled at 299,792,458 meters per second. Exact. Always. No exceptions. Now here's where it gets strange. What if you were in a car moving at half the speed of light, and you turned on that same flashlight? Common sense says the light should go faster, right? Your speed plus light speed. That's how baseballs work. That's how everything works. Wrong. The light still travels at exactly 299,792,458 meters per second. Not faster, not slower, exactly the same. Doesn't matter if you're standing still, driving, flying at 90% light speed, the light from your flashlight always moves at the same speed relative to you, and relative to everyone else watching. Wait, that's impossible. If I'm standing still and you're zooming past me and we both measure the same beam of light, we should get different speeds. I see your flashlight, you see your flashlight. We're moving relative to each other, but we both measure the exact same speed. How? This is where your intuition fails completely. Something has to give. Something has to adjust to make those measurements match. And here's the terrifying answer. Time itself bends. Space itself warps. The universe will sacrifice your sense of now, your sense of distance, your sense of before and after, all to keep light speed constant. Light doesn't negotiate. Reality does. The constant is enforced, everything else is negotiable. And once you truly absorb that, once you feel it, you'll never see time the same way again. Here's the part that made Einstein lose sleep. The speed of light isn't really about light. People say light has a speed limit, but that's just a label. What's actually happening is deeper, stranger, more brutal. That number, 299,792,458 meters per second, is a conversion rate. Between what? Space and time. Think about it like currency exchange. Dollars to euros, meters to seconds, space to time. The speed of light tells you how much space equals how much time. 1 second of time equals 299,792,458 meters of space. That's not a speed limit, that's the exchange rate of existence itself. And the universe enforces this rate with absolute precision. No exceptions, no negotiations, no refunds. This is why everything breaks when you approach light speed. Not because light is special, because you're bumping against the fundamental structure of reality. You're not hitting a wall. You're trying to exchange more space than time allows. The books must balance. Now here's what this implies. If space and time are exchangeable, if they're just two versions of the same thing, then time isn't flowing. It's laid out. Imagine a sculpture, a block of ice, frozen solid. Every moment that ever existed, every moment that will exist, all carved into that block. Fixed, static, complete. You're not watching a movie. You're a figure frozen in a sculpture. Past you, present you, future you, all equally there. All equally real. You don't experience the future yet because you're a pattern that only sees one slice at a time. Like an ant crawling across a painting. The ant sees one dot. The painting is already complete. This is the block universe. And it's not philosophy. It's geometry. Here's the thing nobody explains properly. Different observers slice this block differently. Your now and my now aren't the same slice. If you're moving relative to me, your slice tilts. It cuts through different moments than mine, and if we're far enough apart and moving fast enough, your now might include my future. Not will include, does include. Right now, think about what just happened. Your present moment is not universal, it's personal. It's local. It depends entirely on how you're moving through space. So far we've learned light speed is constant for everyone. To make that work, time and space must flex. And when they flex, now becomes an illusion. There is no universal present. Your future is someone else's past. And both are equally real, brutal, beautiful. But don't take my word for it. A 16-year-old boy figured this out while daydreaming about flashlights. His name was Albert Einstein. Picture this. A 16-year-old kid in Germany, bored in school, daydreaming. He asked himself a question. What would happen if I chased a beam of light, ran alongside it at the same speed? Simple question. Dangerous answer. See, if you run alongside a wave, a water wave, a sound wave, you can match its speed. The wave freezes next to you, it stops moving relative to you. Makes sense? But light, Maxwell's equations, the laws governing electricity and magnetism said something terrifying. Light cannot freeze. It doesn't matter how fast you chase it. Light always moves at the same speed relative to you. Always. The young Einstein realized this meant something was broken. Either Maxwell was wrong, or our entire understanding of space and time was wrong. Maxwell wasn't wrong. Einstein imagined a train moving near light speed. Lightning strikes both ends simultaneously. Someone standing on the platform sees both strikes at the same moment. Simultaneous. Easy. But what about the passenger inside the train? The train is moving toward one lightning strike, away from the other. Light from the front strike reaches the passenger first. Light from the back strike arrives later. The passenger swears with complete accuracy that the front strike happened first. Wait, both observers are right? Exactly. And this is where it gets even stranger. There's no referee, no universal clock, no cosmic judge who decides what really happened first. Simultaneity is not real. Events that are simultaneous for you are sequential for someone else. Events in your present exist in someone else's future. The universe doesn't care about your preferences. It cares about keeping light speed constant. That's the only rule. Everything else, time, sequence, now, before, after, those are local experiences. Personal, not universal. Einstein published this in 1905. He was 26 years old. The paper was called On the Electrodynamics of Moving Bodies. Boring title. Reality-shattering content. And Feynman understood this deeper than anyone. He said physics isn't about what we wish were true, it's about what the universe actually does. And the universe does this. It keeps the books balanced. Light speed is constant. Full stop. Time bends to make it work. And that means your future isn't waiting to happen. It's already there. But can we prove this beyond thought experiments? Yes. 3 ways. Here's a thought experiment that should keep you awake tonight. You're walking down the street. Someone passes you going the opposite direction. Normal. Now, the Andromeda galaxy is about 2.5 million light years away. On a planet there, something is happening right now, in your present moment. But here's the thing. Your now and that stranger's now are different. You're moving in opposite directions, different velocities, different slices of the block. For you walking one direction, the aliens on Andromeda are sitting in council, deciding whether to launch an invasion fleet toward Earth. For the stranger, walking the opposite direction, that decision was made days ago. The fleet has already launched. Same moment on Earth. Different realities on Andromeda. Wait, how is that possible? Because now isn't universal. It's tilted by motion. The faster you move, the more your slice of space-time tilts, and across millions of light years, even walking speed creates days of difference. Think about what just happened. People say the future isn't determined, but that's just a label. If the stranger's now includes the fleet launching and your now doesn't, then both moments exist. The launch already happened, and hasn't happened yet. Both are true, simultaneously. This isn't science fiction. This is the geometry of space-time. Proven, tested, measured. The Andromeda paradox shows us something brutal. Your present is not special. It's not the cutting edge of reality. It's just where you are in the block. The future exists. The past exists. You're experiencing one slice, that's it. Reality doesn't issue refunds. It doesn't wait for you to catch up. Do this right now. Walk across your room. You just shifted your now on distant galaxies by seconds, maybe minutes. Feel that? That's relativity. That's real. But maybe thought experiments aren't enough for you. Maybe you want technology. Fine. Let's talk about the satellites in your pocket. You use GPS every day. Maps, directions, food delivery, finding your car. Simple. But here's what your phone is actually doing. 31 satellites orbit Earth. Each one carries an atomic clock. Your phone receives signals from multiple satellites, compares the timestamps, calculates your location. Easy. Except those clocks don't tick at the same rate as yours. The satellites move at 14,000 kilometers per hour. That speed causes time dilation. Their clocks tick slower than yours. But wait, they're also higher up. Less gravity. That causes the opposite effect. Their clocks tick faster than yours. Two effects. Opposite directions. The gravity effect wins. Net result. Satellite clocks tick 38 microseconds faster every day. Doesn't sound like much. Wrong. 38 microseconds of error per day. Light travels 11 kilometers in 38 microseconds. Without relativistic corrections, your GPS would be off by 11 kilometers. Daily. Accumulating. By the end of a week, your phone would place you in a different city. This isn't optional. It's enforced. So engineers program the satellites to adjust every single day, accounting for the fact that time flows differently up there. Let me say that again slower. Your phone only works because we accept that time is not universal. The future already exists. We just calculated how to sync different time rates so you can find a coffee shop. That's not theory. That's your Tuesday afternoon. The universe keeps strict books, and your GPS is the receipt. But satellites are close. What about particles from the edge of space? Cosmic rays hit our atmosphere constantly. When they do, they create particles called muons. Tiny, unstable, radioactive. Muons are born about 15 kilometers up, moving near light speed. Here's the problem. Muons decay fast. Their lifetime is 2.2 microseconds. That's it. Then they're gone. Do the math. At their speed, muons should travel about 660 meters before dying. Maximum. They're born 15 kilometers up. They should never reach the ground. But they do. We detect them constantly. Millions per minute, hitting Earth's surface. Impossible. Unless, here's what's actually happening. From our perspective, the muon's clock runs slow. Time dilation. The muon experiences 2.2 microseconds. We experience much longer. Enough time for it to reach us. But here's where your brain should hurt. From the muon's perspective, its clock is normal. It still only lives 2.2 microseconds. So how does it reach Earth? Length contraction. From the muon's view, the distance to Earth is compressed, squeezed. The 15 kilometers becomes a few hundred meters. Same result, different experience, both equally valid. This is where your intuition fails completely. The muon's journey and your observation don't match. Different times, different distances, both correct. Because there is no real time, no real distance. Only perspectives within the block. The muon's future and your present overlap. Its birth and its death exist simultaneously from certain viewpoints. This isn't preference, it's accounting. So far we've learned, thought experiments, satellites, and cosmic particles all confirm the same truth. Time isn't flowing, it's frozen, and your future is already carved into it. But what does this actually mean for you? Here's the reframe that changes everything. This was never about light. Light just revealed the truth. It was the messenger, the accountant showing you the books. The real story is about existence itself. You think you're moving through time, experiencing moments, traveling from past to future. Wrong, you're not traveling anywhere. You're a pattern, a static shape, etched into a four-dimensional structure. Past you exist, present you exist, future you exist. All at once, all equally real, all frozen in the block. The only reason you experience time flowing is because your consciousness reads the block one slice at a time. Like a needle on a record, the music is already there. All of it. The needle just reveals it sequentially. That's you. That's all of us. 1645, 1730, free will and fate. People say this destroys free will, but that's just a label. Your choices are part of the pattern. Your decisions are carved into the block. Not because they were forced, because they're you. The sculpture includes your deliberations, your doubts, your moments of choice. All real, all fixed, all eternal. Feynman understood this. He didn't mourn it. He marveled at it. The universe doesn't flow. It simply is. And you're part of what it is. Forever. Do this right now. Look at your hand. That hand exists in 1,000 moments. Baby hand, old hand, every moment between. All there. All now. So where does this leave you? You're a crumb in an infinite loaf. Every version of you, the child learning to walk, the person watching this, the elder taking a final breath, all equally real. All existing right now, not sequentially, simultaneously. The block doesn't care about your birthday, doesn't care about your death date. Both are coordinates, addresses in space-time. You're not traveling toward death. You're a shape that includes it. Quiet, strange, true. Light showed us this over a century ago. Einstein did the math. Feynman explained the meaning. Your GPS confirms it daily. And yet, we still talk about time flowing, still fear the future, still mourn the past. Maybe that's okay. The ant on the painting doesn't need to see the whole image. It just crawls, experiences, lives. But now you know, the painting is complete. Always was. You're not waiting for your future to happen. You're already there. So here's my question for you. If every moment of your life exists eternally, frozen, permanent, real, does that change how you live this one? Think about it. And let me know in the comment